Literally, everyone is naked on social media. And I'm talking about women, guys. Literally, when I open up Instagram, it's almost like I'm watching softcore corn. And there used to be a time when you used to marvel at the beauty of a woman, the physique, the body. I think they have such beautiful bodies when they take care of themselves. Of course, I'm talking about the feminine, right? But nothing is left to the imagination these days. Nothing is left to the imagination these days. I mean, we went from skimpy to see-through, and guys, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's almost normalized. It's not even almost. It's normalized. Young boys, young men, and I'm talking about little boys like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you're getting exposed to all of these material online, right? And some would argue, well, what's wrong with that? And sure, as a grown man, I can argue both ways, right? That there's nothing really wrong with it, but then again, you're numbing your brain with social media and the scroll. That's another topic that I've already covered on this channel. But what's left to the imagination, guys? When she's when she's advertising herself like that, right? That's your future girlfriend. That's somebody's daughter. And I'm talking about very young girls. And of course older women too, but just I'm talking about in generality here. That's someone's future wife, that's someone's daughter, it's someone's mother even, right? In some cases even grandmothers are doing it. Oh yep, it's all across the board, guys. And in my time, when I map it out timeline wise, I'm a Gen Xer, and during my time we didn't really have social media like this. I think when MySpace and Facebook came about, that was still all right. Things dramatically changed when Instagram was introduced. And some of these features are so enhanced and so up to par and so intelligent, mind you, that they keep you on there. Now, going back to how and why everyone is naked on social media, and then the effery of all of this is that they're all looking for serious relationships. Everyone's naked on social media, but they're all looking for serious relationships, right? Now you map it over to dating apps where they've linked their social media handles and only fools accounts. That's just, don't get me started there. And some of these women have kids, maybe one kid, two kids, three kids. And I get it. You gotta make money. You gotta do your thing, you know. But as a guy, as a man, when I'm looking at this, I'm using this mind here of mine. It's such a waste of time chasing these women, this modern day woman. It's such a waste of time because I try to cover this across my channel and I don't hide it. Is that the amount of time you waste chasing them and DMing them, it's moving you further and further away from your purpose. And when I say it's not even worth it, I mean every bit of it. Why would you publicize your body like that and throw it out there for the general population and look for something serious? How could you be taken so seriously that, a man who's put together, and mind you, they have very high standards and a grocery list of items. They want the best of the best or nothing. They don't even see 80% of the men. I would even argue over 80% of the men are invisible to them. And there are statistics out there that prove this. So you're up against a mammoth here in terms of the hierarchy and the structure. And these days, I am just taking a seat back and looking at it and laughing and shaking my head like, yep, I didn't miss a damn thing by choosing to never get married. I didn't miss a damn thing. I wouldn't even want to bring kids into this world, my own DNA, only to realize that she's still a slave to the gram, to the social media, and all of these nonsense that ruins relationships today. That she's, as the mother of my child or the mother to be, she's behaving this way, and you want something serious. I'm scratching my head as to make this make sense, guys. I even see. I mean, I have had my fair share of girlfriends as well, but I am blown away that even when you give them a relationship, having social media is just dicey for me as a girl. But not just having it, that's one thing. Okay, maybe I can deal with her having it. But the second piece is, even while she's your girl, the thirst trap pictures, she is still everyone's property. And I know this is going to trigger some females, right? And you can butter it up and pack. See, girls, you women like to butter things up and repackage the messaging, right? It doesn't change the fact that it is what it is, and you are essentially putting yourself out there. And there's a terminology for that. 3 or 4. As much as you want something serious, you don't want it apparently seriously enough to take your own relationship seriously, to take the man who's giving you his time, his attention, his currency, the money, the stress, the anxiety. Like, you all don't know what it takes to become a man. But well, this gets even worse, guys. And they shame us, guys. They shame us, guys, for having standards. They shame us, guys, for having standards because, God forbid, we say no. God forbid, we say not acceptable, right? At the end of the day, guys, we are not asking a whole lot, man. We appreciate a loyal, fit, feminine, and friendly woman that saves a few things and body parts for our intimacy in the bedroom. That's called respect, guys. That's called respect. If she doesn't respect herself, this is what it's coming down to. She doesn't respect herself. She needs the validation from external sources, despite you giving her the relationship. Heck, even the marriage. A lot of these marriages that take place is the hit for the Instagram. And the marriage is never for a guy. Like, even if you look at the wedding band, right? That looks so ugly. And us guys, we have to wear that shit. If I were married, hypothetically, never. But if I were married, I would never wear a wedding band. I am good enough, man. I don't need a freaking wedding band to. One is uncomfortable as F, right? And I don't want something steel around my finger. Guys are not meant to wear wedding bands. I'm sorry. I would wear wedding bands for a different reason. Because apparently, when you wear a wedding band and go out as a bachelor, you just tell them you're married, and somehow they love you even more. That's female logic for you guys. They want to be with married guys, right? Drifting a little bit, which is why married people are on dating apps. Go figure. This is all adding up, no? And let's go back to the topic: naked. Naked. I cannot open Instagram or even TikTok. I barely use TikTok, but when I open it, I see ass cheeks. It's great, don't get me wrong, but what's there to admire? What's left to admire? Like, it's so bad, guys, that even if I was to meet a cool chick, and I do, you can check out my playlist. My Colombian girlfriend, I thought she was pretty hot. Um, right now is a great time for me to take a break and focus on my purpose. And I'm an older man. I think with the right head these days. So I have the drive, trust me, with all the training, everything that you're seeing me do on my channel. That's testosterone. I don't take any testosterone therapy. A lot of it is my mind and natural remedies about how I go and holistically approach my life. But going back to this is that, what is worth? What is a relationship anyway these days? Who's getting into these relationships? When you look at their expectations, I want a serious relationship. Single mother is me and my baby come as a package. You must know that my child comes first. Well, which man in the right frame of mind would want to get with that? And I'm not saying this is a dig on single mothers, but again, I'm using my testimonial. I did a video about raising another man's child, and I was with a single mother for 4 years, and that shit was turmoil. I mean, I was in my 30s. I was in that prime, and I wasted 4 or 5 years with that crazy woman, man, because I was addicted to being a father. That was the first time I ever felt like what it would be like to be a father, and I stayed in that relationship because of the kid. And she needed me at that time. She was only 2 years old. I would never do it again. With all that time, energy, and the fact that she is not your seed, the child is not your seed. That's just you're going downhill, bro. No, don't get with the single mom, especially if she's force feeding her kid down your throat. Don't get with her. I say keep it casual on all of these. No chick deserves a relationship, man. If and up and until and unless they know what it's like to be a man, which they don't know, and they don't know what it takes to be a capable man, right? To build yourself to that level. She picked you. That's you. She picked you as that relationship material guy for a reason. See, they think differently, guys. Men are in love, women are in business. Women are in this for business. And this is not my quote. This is Entrepreneurs and Cars. There's another guy I follow. You can look him up. He's a good dude. We're about the same age. He probably looks a little older than I do. But they think about this. They are very methodical in how they pin you down and have you pegged as the future husband or boyfriend material. You guys, just keep it dating, keep it casual. Like, don't overly invest, don't overly just go goo goo gaga and fall in love, because there's no such thing, especially in the West. Especially if she's continuing to do thirst trap pictures after getting with you. But I would even observe her history and go back, right? You got to observe her social media and just understand what you're getting into. And a lot of guys don't think about that. And you wonder why you get hurt. You wonder why you get hurt is because you haven't done the recon. She's not thinking like you are, man. In fact, it's flipped. I have said this before. Us guys, we have started to think like women. And women are thinking like men, right? What happened to us, man? Why can't we hold these women accountable? There's a lot of women's spaces that have existed online and YouTube, how to finesse guys and you go get the bag, sis, and how to rob a guy in 10 different ways and 16 different ways to Sunday. I'm just throwing out random numbers. I don't know why 10 or 16. I'm just, again, going with the flow, right? But the minute the men's space blows up and there's a lot of guys like myself sharing these stories, right? Personal testimonials, like I have lived a long life. 49 is I've lived a life. I've seen a few things. So I'm not just making these stories up. And it doesn't mean that I'm at this age that I don't date. I date young women and I see it. I see it. And some might say, why not date your own age? Well, why should I? Who wants that baggage? Who wants that history? I'm going to cover a separate topic on men and women are completely different. We're wired completely differently. And how we age from our little boyhood days, from teenage to 30 is way different versus what a woman will experience from 16 to 30. You can't even compare. It's freaking night and day, man. And so this is why when someone says to me, hey, why don't you date your age? I'm like, well, one, she's going to look like my mother. She's going to look like my auntie. And I say it in that context is because some of these older women are really out there trying to get it, bro. And they're smashing young boys like you. So, and I used to have a thing for older women when I was in my 20s, 30s, and I still do. I've seen some gorgeous looking, but I'm not going to take them seriously. These women are also looking for something serious. Like, where's the realistic, acceptance, and I'm not gonna settle for less this, and I know my worth. I mean, your worth, really, really, you know, us guys, man, we just take it in the chin. Seriously, man, us boys, us men, we know how to suffer, and I say this extensively on this channel, and I talk about is this, guys, we're built for suffering. We know how to endure, provided we also win and we have a story to tell. This is why I'm saying these chicks don't know what it's like to be a man. All they know, and as entrepreneurs and cars says, I mean, this hits home for me, is they just hang around at the finish line and wait for the winners. They don't care about your damn struggle. They don't. They don't care about your struggle, man. What you're seeing in front of you is a brand ambassador before the marriage. Because once she becomes a wife, that's it. She's not. She's gonna have to show her cards. She's gonna have to show the real self. And that's why I'm saying, man, if you're able to escape that hellhole, that trap, right, and also deal with the aging process and the biology, because attraction is gonna fade, and all you're gonna be left with is that personality, that mind. You have to observe how she is not what she lectures you with. Be a real man and be a gentleman, and all of these shaming bullshit phrases they use to kind of dumb you down and neuter you. You got to listen to your instinct, man. And I paid the price dearly in my life because I ignored these red flags and this intuition. And I got to say, man, my inner spirit has been beautiful. I should have listened to this back in the day. And I don't hide this, but my mother was a big, not an influence, and she was extremely toxic and very, very evil in terms of how she tried to neuter me coming up as a kid. All my instincts as a man, all the biological, questions I had, and puberty, and thanks to my father, man, he really put me on the right track. And then he got sick with Parkinson's, and that was the end of my guidance there. So there's a lot of things in my life that I had to figure out on my own. Otherwise, I could have been dead in my 30s. So, when you see this rhetorics on social media, hey, looking for something serious, don't waste my time. Just have fun with it, man. Because I'm going to leave you with this. I have seen through a decade, and I kid you not, on social media, I have seen women, okay? They started off with around 32, 33, really looking to hit that buzzer beater. Kobe, and Kobe wins the game, right? They have tried and tried and tried and tried to lock down a guy every year that comes in and out. They're 1 year older. And I have seen these girls, these women age out. So once upon a time they were 32. Today they are 42. Okay. They're writing the same shit, different day, different app, maybe in some cases different geography. And I've seen some of these girls end up in from California to Las Vegas. Some of these girls are here too. I recognize these faces. I'm like, I know you, right? Guys, it's bad. So no one is lining up for them. They're all fighting for the top 10%, man, the top 20%. That's why they can't find anyone, because they refuse to lower their expectations versus reality, like the delusional factor. They don't like it. They don't like it when we talk like this. They don't like when a man is smart. They don't like it when a man is smart. They don't like when we have figured it out. Like, men have wised up. Men have wised up. They're not lining out the door to say, I can't wait to marry you, and getting down on one knee. My problem today is, ain't no one out there where I'm going to go down on one knee for. What? You are coming into my life that I built. You are not my better half. You do not complete me. Why am I getting down on one knee if you've been naked your entire life and doing only fools, right? Now you have a child with someone else and you're telling me don't waste my time and my kid must come first. I get all of that. I just check up all the boxes and I listen to what you're saying, but I will also observe the historical patterns and pieces to your life. And as an educated man, as someone that's been tried, true, and tested and battle tested, why would I get down on one knee and let alone waste my money on that ring that you're going to leave anyway and sell it and auction it? Why? Why? That's what I want you young men and those about to get into that trap to ask yourselves why. Why? You know, some of us are still probably in a situation where we're doing things to appease social media because it looks good. We got the dopamine hit on social media. How do I take all those pictures down now that I've advertised it, right? It's okay, man. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna care even if you die. That's as morbid as I'm gonna make it. Nobody gives a shit, man. Take that shit down. End it. Walk away. Walking is your best power you have right now before you invite Uncle Sam in your business. These women really think us guys are that dumb. See, the systems and everything in place is designed for them to rake us on the coals and just take us for everything that we ever had and knew and we built. And they hate this kinds of messaging. They hate these kinds of messaging because there's a lot of truth in there. And so when logic fails for them, because most of them can make a valid argument, the first thing they're going to say, guys, is who hurt you? And you know you're winning this. It's not even about winning, but you know that you've triggered them when they say who hurt you, because that outside of that they cannot find a valid argument. And you could give them a dictionary, a thesaurus, and do a PowerPoint chart and display the logic, and still somehow they're going to deny that that's actually real, because they don't live in the world that men have to. We're just given a sentence and we have to carry it out. Some make it, some don't. Some make it, some don't. Most stay. Most are sleepwalking. I've made a video about that. Most are sleepwalking. Most don't think this way. And so if she's able to manipulate you, again, topic for another video, and you're already there putting the ring on a finger, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything but take them seriously. Like, do not take them seriously. Okay? I'm going to end this one here. I may do a part two to this and mix it up with another similar topic, but I'm going to start heading back down this way, this tunnel here. So, okay, till the next video, guys. Mamba out.